Was a fashion campaign, I believe July 30th, end of last month, with Sydney Sweeney in it. Of course, if you don't know who Sydney Sweeney is, she is a very, very popular, at least in social media and, of course, pop culture actress. Now, to me personally, do I think Sydney Sweeney is like shoddy a little baddie? Not really. Like, she's good looking. To me, she aight, you know what I mean? But that's not a dig on her. That's just me. That's my preference, right? Personally, I just don't think she's the baddest. But there's nothing I have against her personally. I think she's done a great job in, shows from Euphoria. She was in a movie. I watched this romantic comedy with her in it. And I cannot remember the title of it right now, and that is going to piss me off. So let me just make sure that I am properly talking about stuff here, because that's just, once again, everybody is up in arms about everything these days, man. And, just want to make sure I'm being accurate. Okay, Anyone But You. That's the name of the movie that she was in. Okay, so with that being said, I'm not going to tell you about this. There are a lot of people that are saying that, hey, this is just a harmless ad that's just a play on words, catchy, while others are saying this is totally promoting eugenics and is racist, that literally American Eagle is racist. Don't take my word for it. Don't take our word for it here. I am going to go ahead and play you guys the video that everybody is up in arms about right now. And then you can let me know what you think for yourself. Here we go. All right.
Me telling you to buy American Eagle.
Okay.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Side note, I used to work for American Eagle jeans. It's all right.
Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
All right. So you might see that first one and be like, I don't really understand the controversy. What's the problem? Well, here is the one that got a lot of people up in arms, and I'm going to play that for you right now.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
All right. So with this being said, there were a bunch of people who took to the internet, they took to social media saying, hey, this is classic American purity. This is eugenics-coded nostalgia. They're basically saying that white people are the supreme. They have the best genes, the classic blonde hair, blue eyes thing, and that it's a play on, terminology, but that they're basically reselling to us through ads, textbook, eugenics in a racist format. There's been hashtags as eugenics chic, AE racist, and hashtag Sweeney out of touch. There's been viral outrage, calls to cancel American Eagle, people saying that they are a racist company. And of course, Sydney Sweeney herself saying that she would never want to be part of anything that hurts. Look, I just want to say this for the record. I am a very, very big believer in if something is racist, if something is evil, if something is negative, we should call it out for what it is, and we should be fighting those fights. But I do have to say, I think if everything becomes outrageous and if everything becomes racist, we have missed the point. And to me, I'm looking at this, while I do think that the video is a little bit kind of like it can be perceived in that way, and while I do believe that they were definitely looking to try to like get some sort of attention with the video to maybe like stir up some controversy, I do believe this is a bit of a reach. And the reason why I say that is because that is such a play on words, word genes and all the other stuff. would I have gone as far if I were the person in charge to talk about genes and traits being passed down? Probably not. But to me, it just sounded like some people who were having fun in a boardroom with, a couple of terms and some ways to basically throw that in there. And then they got Sydney Sweeney and were like, oh, great, let's have her do this because, she's a relatively good looking person and then she can be part of this and it would sell and make a lot of money for the brand. If anything, if we're being honest, the controversy is probably helping American Eagle because they've been a company that no one's really talking about. It's largely not in the press or really in like the fashion conversation, okay? With that being said, I do truly believe that if certain things are racist, then we actually have to highlight that and talk about it. But there are some things that I think we got to die on the right hills. Okay, we've got a battle that's going on out there with ICE stuff that's happening, with a president that is trying to rewrite the rules of history, trying to put Confederate statues in DC, and people who are losing their jobs. They can't get jobs. They're losing health care. They're not having wages. There are greater battles to be fought, and I think we've got to focus our attention a little bit on what desires and what is in need of more of our fight.